Welcome into another season preview here on the Carlow Sports Network as we're looking at the 2026 men's volleyball campaign. Sean Meyers, Stephen Smietana, second-year head coach for the Celtics, and good to talk to you again. How's everything been with you?
Not bad at all. Looking forward to the season. Looking forward to it for sure.
Well, last year it was your first year guiding this program. What did you learn from that experience?
We learned a lot. Last year was very challenging. When I took the reins to the program, so to speak, we only had 4 roster players at the time and 11 matches on the schedule. And you have to have at least 17 matches, and obviously you have to have at least 6 players. So it was a lot. It took a lot out of us, and thankfully we had a really strong student core who got out there and did the work they needed to do and found bodies, so to speak, and we were able to put a team together. And all in all, I know we didn't win any, but they're just a good group of guys, and they get along well, and the rapport amongst them is top notch.
How did you evaluate how the team performed? Obviously, you mentioned some of the intangibles that stood out.
Obviously, when you're just learning how to play this game and you're literally learning it on the fly like they had to, because we had 1 week of practices before the season started, and they had to do a lot of the learning at the matches. It was a struggle. It was a challenge as a coach to sit back, but we had to keep reminding ourselves that, you know what, they're just learning the game right now. And I have a saying on my email signature that says, progress, not perfection. And it's all about progress, not perfection. And we made a lot of progress, to be honest, throughout the season. The team that ended the season was absolutely not the team that started. And so Coach Tom and I were very happy and pleased with how things turned out.
We're talking about progress. What has been the area of focus heading into this season for how you can take that next step?
We really tried to beef up our offense options. And the nice thing was we actually brought on a new setter. We have a freshman setter that just joined us. And Rohan is a great setter. He has great knowledge of the game, and he can be a great advocate for the program for the future as well. I know as soon as he jumped on board, he was trying to get all the other guys out to play. Hey, I'm going to play here. I'm going to play here. Who wants to join me? Who wants to join? Which was awesome. It was great to see that kind of camaraderie between all the guys. And I think bringing him on board really helps us open up some offensive options, which is something I think that hurt us in the past.
You retained most of your roster from last year. It seems like it's a pretty significant step. So how important is that, and how much easier is it going to be with most of those guys back from a year ago?
Oh, it was awesome. The fact that we have almost everybody back, because we were able to basically start where we left off. And the nice thing was we had 22 preseason matches or preseason meetings, and we were able to work that much more towards the coming season. And it was, like I said, we were able to put in a new type of offense, and really try to beef up our offensive options.
Who are the key returners you're going to lean upon?
Absolutely, Ryan Callahan. He's our captain. He's just has great knowledge of the game. He sees things on the court better than anybody else. And he's just a great player to have on the court. And he really helps Coach and I a lot with those types of things. And excuse me, Angelo has stepped up big time in that libero position. That is not an easy position to learn. The fact that he learned how to play it in 1 year is extraordinary, to be honest, because there aren't too many players out there that can do that kind of thing. And he has really been a key to that back row defense for us.
I know you referenced this already. Newcomers to the program, what are the expectations?
Yeah, Rohan is just, like I said earlier already, has great hands, great knowledge of the game. He sees the floor well. He's got a strong serve as well. He adjusts very well on the fly to what's going on. So he absolutely is a key to not only this season, but certainly the future of the program being a freshman.
What will the strengths of this year's version of the Celtics be?
I think the fact that they have a year under their belt of learning the game on the fly, as I said, and the fact that they all get along so well. I will say that flat out. I don't think we have any egos or attitudes on the team. I think they all enjoy each other. They enjoy being around each other. And I know just with the preseason practices, especially, there's been a lot of laughter, a lot of good times, a lot of hard work going on. And they just enjoy playing the game, which is everything.
What are the objectives you have or maybe will establish for this season?
Again, just to improve upon last season, which, we won one set all season last year. I know right now in the conference, we are uh, marked at ending up seventh, which is of course last place. I'm not so much concerned about that. I just want to see some improvement with our overall record. Hopefully squeeze in a match here or there that we can take from somebody. But again, just hopefully overall improvement. We only have one senior, which means we're building again for the future, which is a big thing for us.
When you look at the AMCC, your conference, what's the outlook?
Lots of tough matches, lots of tough opponents. It is a great conference, though. We really are, we had a preseason, meeting, and everyone is for each other, which is great. The one nice thing about it is that, when you meet the other coaches and you talk to them, there's no egos there either. We know what the struggle is for building the team and maintaining the team and getting the programs moving. And the nice thing is, there's a lot of knowledge in the conference right now with some of the teams. We have a couple, newer coaches as well, and next year we'll actually have a newer team joining us. But it's going to be a tough season to say the least. Buffalo State is tough. Penn State Barron always tough, and Penn State Altoona as well. They are strong programs. But like I said, I mean we are there to help each other just as much as we are opponents, so to speak.
What's notable about your non-conference?
We have a lot of variety, which is nice. We have a handful of tri matches, which is nice. We have our first match this Friday against Geneva. We've known that coach for many years, so we have a nice bond with them, and we always get a match there, and they come here for a match. Same with Bethany College. We're looking forward to playing them as well. And Chatham just up the road. We've got a match with them, and they're coming here as well. And then, like I said, we've got a handful of tri matches with a lot of variety of teams, which is nice. We're going to see some really good teams, and you only get better by playing better teams. That's for sure.
Lastly, fill in the blank. This will be a successful season for the Celtics if
we start the season and end the season with everybody healthy and ready to go. Last year we did have some injuries that plagued us along the way, and it forced us to push some people into some different positions. The nice thing is we've got a roster of 12 this year, which is actually the most we've ever had. So we're building some depth, which is nice. But I really hope that the same 12 guys that start the season are there for the entirety of the season. And again, we can just build upon last year.
So fingers crossed for some good health. Thanks so much for doing this as always.
Thank you.
That is Stephen Smietana, head coach for the Celtics, here on the season preview. We continue here on season preview, looking at the 2026 campaign for men's volleyball. I'm now joined by a junior, Ryan Callahan. First off, thanks for doing this. How's everything been with you?
Good, pretty good. Excited to start the spring semester in our my third season with the team. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Well, let's look back at season number 2 when you were a sophomore. How did you evaluate how you performed a year ago?
It was definitely, I played a much bigger role than I did my first year. I was pretty much the only setter on the team, and then my first year being captain for the team. So it was a lot of responsibility, and truthfully was a lot better than my freshman season. I felt a lot better with how I was playing, all that kind of stuff. We had a lot of new kids, so it was nice to kind of be that role model, kind of show everybody the ropes of volleyball and everything. And I feel like I personally did good myself. I know there was obviously room for improvement here and there, but for the most part, I felt pretty good.
You played in every match, all 20 of them. How important was it for you to be available the whole season?
Definitely huge. Considering I was the only setter, the big thing was keeping me protected from any injuries the entire season. So
Bubble wrap everywhere you went.
yeah, bubble wrap everywhere. There were a couple games where I did get hurt. I know, like my pinky got bruised up one game, and I kept like hurting that injury again and again. And I kept running into the different tables and stuff trying to go after a ball. So anytime I would do anything like that, coach would just give me a look like you need to like chill because we only have you for setting. I know we kind of got David Valentino in there to kind of be a backup setter for when I needed it. Say if I did go down towards the end of the season, so we were able to do that. But definitely keeping me injury free was a huge thing last season.
How have you grown as a player during your time here at Carlow?
I definitely think my leadership role has kind of grown. I think all throughout, growing up playing volleyball, I've always kind of been seen as a leader, kind of like a role model to some other players. But I think here, with it being, a college team and stuff, I feel like I've put on that responsibility very well. And I feel like I show it on and off the court when I can. And truthfully, it's just grown my love for the game. Like I care so much for this game, even more than I did before I came here. So I'm grateful that it's done that for me.
What responsibilities come with being a captain?
Definitely keeping the team in line, both on and off the court. So that's just, keeping them up with their grades and stuff academically. And then when it comes to practice, making sure they're early, they're not late, and making sure that we're putting 90 to 100% in at every practice and then 100% in for every game. And just being that role model again and just being there for my teammates when they need me and all that kind of stuff. So it's a nice title to have.
What are the goals for this year for yourself and for the team collectively?
For myself, again, it's definitely not getting injured, keeping myself free from that, and then just playing the best I can. I got like 2 more years left of volleyball, so collegiately, so just kind of making the best of it, trying to beat my personal records that I've had the past 2 years, just staying consistent. I know we now have another setter, so I'll be hitting a little bit more this year. So I'm definitely excited for that, and kind of just growing with that as well. And then in terms of a team standpoint, just remaining, keeping that team aspect going throughout the entire season, not letting any of the games get us down, and obviously pushing hard to win some games this season would be really nice for sure.
Who do you think could have a breakout season?
Definitely one of our new freshmen, Rohan. He's one of our other setters now, and he has a lot of experience since before Carlo, and we were excited to have him come on the team. He's definitely bringing a lot of. He's just really good. Like he brings a lot of that team aspect to the court. We're excited to see him kind of grow with us here. It definitely helps me out, just so that I'm not constantly running around on the court. And then aside from that, I think definitely Gavin. He's our big like 6'10" middle. This is his third year playing for the team. And he's grown a lot since his freshman season. And I know I want to try to get him close to 100 kills this season. Last year he was pretty close and he had to miss a couple games, but this year I feel like we can get him over that 100 kill mark, which I'd be thrilled to see him do that. But those are the big two that I think would really stand out to everybody else watching this season.
What do you think maybe the greatest team strengths will be?
I think just the brotherhood that we've made. Like it's genuinely it's a welcoming environment. Like coming to practice and being around the team is just so much fun. And I know last year on our away trips and everything, we had a lot of fun, and I think that will continue into this season as well. And we brought on a couple new guys. So our team has grown a little more. We're now up to 12 players, which is I think the most we've had for Carlo. So I think just that brotherhood, building that relationship with each other, and just remaining that team on and off the court will be our biggest strength.
Lastly, what's your favorite aspect of being here at Carlow?
Uh, just the opportunities that I've had. This year, I became a resident assistant in the dorms, and then obviously being a captain again for another year, playing another year for the volleyball team. Um, I've joined a couple of clubs on the e-boards and started a bowling club and everything.
You a good bowler?
Yeah, for the most part, I bowled in high school. I've been bowling
Career high game is
300.
okay,
Perfect game.
that's
Yeah.
pretty good. I would
Yeah,
say.
so I've been bowling pretty much half my life. It's been a huge thing. So volleyball and bowling have been my go-tos. It's all I've known growing up, really. So being able to now add bowling to Carlo has been great, and just continuing like just building the volleyball program here is just truly an amazing experience for me. And just the people I've met and all the faculty, and then just me, just like being a part of this beautiful campus has been just great.
Well, thanks so much for doing this. Good stuff. I really
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
talking to you again. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
That is junior Ryan Callahan here on the season preview. We continue here on season preview looking at men's volleyball. Sean Meyers joined by Angelo Fernandez, a junior libero for the Celtics. First off, how's everything been with you?
It's been good. It's been good. Junior year here. Really excited to get the season started. And thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to talk to you. So let's look back at last year. How did you evaluate how you performed individually?
Well, last year was my first ever year actually playing organized volleyball. So in that sense, I'd say I did somewhat okay. A lot of my teammates and my coaches said that I had like exponential growth throughout the sport, but I'd like to stay humble and like keep myself grounded and say that I just did okay.
Well, you play an interesting position of libero. So what are the key aspects of that position?
Mainly talking in the back row, keeping everybody in the back row organized, and also the front row, telling the blockers like which guy is hitting like outside, middle, or right, and then also calling like mine or my ball, and yeah, just communication basically.
Has that become more comfortable and more secondhand nature for you as you moved along here?
Oh yeah, especially since Coach Steve always like engraves it in our brain to communicate and talk.
Well, you got a pretty significant award last year. You got the AMCC Sportsmanship Award. What did that mean?
It meant a lot to me. My teammates and especially all the other players on the court. My mom really like engraved in me the golden rule, as to say, like do unto others as I would have done unto you. So just being kind to everybody, and yeah.
What are the objectives this year for the team and for yourself?
Um, for the team, I would say winning a game. Hopefully, that's like one of what I'd say is our biggest goals for the season. And for me especially, I just say getting better overall at passing, serve, receive, digs.
Now, you're one of the returners, but there's some newcomers to the program as well. What have you seen from that group of players who are going to be suiting up for the first time?
Rohan is a freshman and one of my good friends now. He brings a second setter role, but he's just really good at setting. Also, like brings up the team morale very well. And I'd say he's like a pretty funny guy on the team as well.
Is there a match or matches that you're most looking forward to this season?
Buffalo State, they came to our place last year and we kind of made a good run at them. But we're going up there for, I think, 2 days, and that should be a pretty fun trip.
What are the best qualities of your head coach, Stephen Smietana?
One of the best qualities that he has is, I would say, anything he says, like, really sticks to me personally. So, like, whenever he's talking about communication, passing, just like the basic foundations of volleyball, it really just sticks and engraves in my head.
Lastly, fill in the blank. This will be a successful season if
Passing. Passing is just like one of the main things we need to get down because our hitting and setting is really good. Also, our serving has gotten really better this past season. But passing is the biggest thing because nothing happens if we don't get a good pass up.
hopefully that will become a strength this season. Angela, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
That is junior libero Angelo Fernandez here on the season preview.